what is that ma? Unit testing, integration testing complete aina tarvata. Okay, means what ma? 100% coding completes. Okay, and what is that ma? Plus what is that ma? Unit and integration testing also should complete. Okay, and after that what is that ma? Should complete. And after that what is that ma? Testing also should complete. Should complete. Then who is going to test now application? Then the client, okay, is validating. Client is validating now. Client will validate the application or software. Developed and tested software ni who is going to validate now? Not the developer, not the tester, not the end user also. Now the client is going to validate, check chestaru. Okay, Nama. So that is called as user should accept before releasing the software which is developed and tested. Okay, Nama. That is called as user acceptance testing. Okay. This user acceptance testing, okay, Nama, contains two levels. One is alpha testing, another one is beta testing. Okay, ma. So what is user acceptance testing means? See, in the theory also what we have said, user acceptance testing is performed after the product is thoroughly tested. When ma, but that's what I have said, after the development, after the testing, until testing kuda complete ayi undali by the testing team, then only the client will check what the software is tested by the testing team is correctly working or not. Before release, he should have to give the permission. He has to give the permission. Okay, approval ani antaru. Then only we can release it. So that's why that is called as user acceptance testing. Real time scenario to atanichina requirement to work avutunda leda ani refer cheskuntaru client. That is called as UAT. That is called as what ma? UAT. UAT means user acceptance testing. Okay, Nama. Now this user acceptance testing, okay, contains two levels. How many levels are? Two levels are there. Two levels are there. What are those? First one is alpha testing. Yes, ma, please. The second one is the beta testing, ma. Yes, alpha testing, beta testing, ma. What is this alpha testing, ma? కొన్ని applications ma softwares అన్ని మనం డౌన్లోడ్ చేసిన applications అన్ని ma it is under alpha release aina softwares we have to download and install in our applications, in our systems or in our phones. Why? Because enduku madam ante it is stable, it is having the quality one. Okay, tested one already. Which one? Alpha to release chesina softwares anni. Okay, alpha versions to release chesina softwares anni, those are tested one. It will be having the quality. So that's why every user will install the alpha tested application only, ma. Whereas beta to release chesina softwares unstable ga untayi, means it don't have the quality, means it is not tested one. So the user don't have any confidence on beta versions. Beta versions release aina softwares users prefer cheyaru. Why? Because it is having bugs in that. There is a chances of having hacks also. Security can be lost with the help because of without testing. Okay, so that's why beta to relational software we won't users won't show any interest in downloading that. So now the difference now, what definition now? Alpha testing means, okay, the client validating. Once testing is completed, okay, the client will come to the company premises. Okay, and test or validate the tested application, the software with the real-time scenario. That is called as alpha testing. Here the client itself come to the company and checks how the software is working within the company premises. Within the company premises, the client is validating the application here. That type of testing is called as alpha testing here. If the client knows the technical skills, then he will only check it. If the client, all clients are not educated one, right? If the client doesn't have the technical skills, madam ante, then what happens? We will only one member from the team will be selected, and they have to present and explain to the client. This will work like this, and should be presentation ivvali. So like that, the client can have the opinion that it is working as per his requirement. So that at that time he will say, okay, release it. Okay, that is called alpha testing here. What is alpha testing, ma? Once the testing is completed, the client will come to the company premises and checks the software it is working properly or not. If it is accepts, if he accepts, then releasing it. That is called as alpha testing, ma. Now opposite to that, beta testing. Beta testing means what? Once the development is completed, then release to the end user environment or production environment, into the market ani. Okay, production environment ante enti into the market ani, into the real time users hands loki release chesesayanu. Here client is not validating. And the testers also involvement less here. Once that software develop ayindi ante release chestunnaru. That type of testing is called as beta testing. Okay, testing annar kada. Who is going to validate here? Who is going to test the released software here? End users. Release chesesna tarvata evaraithe users aithe aa softwares, new softwares download chestunnaro, aa software use chestunnappudu test chestunnattu. Okay, that is the meaning here. So what is the beta testing means? Once the development is completed, the release is given here without the testing properly. That is called as beta testing. Who is going to test here means end users. End users means the users who are using the application. Those users will test it while using the application. Okay, so end users are going to test here. End users are going to test or validate ani antama, validate the application or software. Okay na, so that is called beta testing here, please. Okay nama, so this is a main difference between alpha and beta. Alpha testing means within the company premises, the client is going to test the application in front of a developer and the tester. Okay, it is working properly or not. That is called alpha testing. Beta testing means after development it release into the production, and here who is going to validate means end users are going to test it, how it is working. That is called as beta testing. Okay nama, so this is what alpha and beta. This is important. Another important question they are asking in the interview: what is user acceptance testing? What is user acceptance testing? And this is one question ma. And another question is difference between. Okay, difference between, yes ma, alpha and beta testing. This is the differences in కొన్ని ఉన్నాయి నేను చెప్తాను. Okay na? So these are the two questions, definite questions. What is user acceptance testing? Definitely will be asking. Alpha testing ante enti, beta testing ki difference enti. Okay, now come to the differences please. Come to the differences manu. So where is the alpha testing and beta testing? 1 minute ma, where it is? Yes please, idana ma. Yes, see here. Yes ma, client validation lo client validate చేసేటప్పుడు okay na, alpha testing first ma. What I am saying here, client validate చేస్తున్నప్పుడు 1 minute ma. So here what I am telling ma, during client validation చేసేటప్పుడు alpha testing first ఉంటుంది. Okay na, whereas beta testing, alpha testing తర్వాత beta testing. Okay, so customer point of validation లో లేదా client validation చేసేటప్పుడు alpha testing first ఉంటుంది. Next ma, alpha testing is performed at ekkadama, within the company premises kadama. So alpha testing is going to conduct. Who is going to conduct this alpha testing? Conducted within development. Okay, within development and testing side. Within the company premises means within the developers and the testers environment. This alpha testing is conducting. ఎక్కడ జరుగుతుంది alpha testing? Alpha testing within the company premises na. So that's why it is said to be within the development and the testing environment antamu. Okay, environment. Okay, now beta testing ekkada conduct chestarma. See here, it is performed in the real environment. Ante enti ma, end user చేతిలో ఓకే రిలీజ్ చేసేసిన తర్వాత బీటా టెస్ట్ అనేది చేయబడుతుంది. ఎవరు చేస్తున్నారు? యూజర్స్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఎలా చేస్తున్నారు? యూజ్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు ఎండ్ యూజర్స్ ఏమైనా మిస్టేక్స్, ఫంక్షనాలిటీస్ వర్క్ కాకపోతే కనుక మనకి ఎలా తెలుస్తుంది? హౌ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు నో? How we are going to know? At the end, the users will be writing the reviews, feedbacks, suggestions. This functionality is not working properly. We are not able to operate the application properly. The application speed is very low. ఇలా రివ్యూస్ ఇస్తారనమాట. ఆ రివ్యూస్ బేస్ చేసుకుని మన కంపెనీ వాళ్ళు అనలైజ్ చేసి ఫర్దర్ స్టెప్స్ తీసుకుంటున్నారు. ఓకేనా? సో లైక్ దట్ ద బీటా టెస్టింగ్ ఇస్ కండక్టింగ్. ఓకే, సో ఎవరు కండక్ట్ చేస్తున్నారు బీటా టెస్టింగ్ ని? ఎండ్ యూజర్స్. ఆల్ఫా టెస్టింగ్ ని it is conducted by client within the company premises. Okay na? Now during the alpha testing కొన్ని టెక్నిక్స్ యూస్ చేస్తున్నారు. వాట్ ఆర్ దోస్ టెక్నిక్స్? మీన్స్ వైట్ బాక్స్ టెస్టింగ్, బ్లాక్ బాక్స్ టెస్టింగ్. ఎందుకు రెండు? వైట్ బాక్స్ టెస్టింగ్ అంటే హూ ఇస్ గోయింగ్ టు ఇన్వాల్వ్? డెవలపర్స్ ఆల్సోనా? అట్ ద టైమ్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ఫా టెస్టింగ్ డెవలపర్స్ కూడా ఇన్వాల్వ్ అవుతారు కదా. సో అందుకే ఇఫ్ ఎనీ మిస్టేక్స్ ఆర్ ఫౌండ్ డ్యూరింగ్ ఆల్ఫా టెస్ట్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు, okay, it is going to handle by developers and also the testers at the same time. Okay, why? Because it is conducted within the company premises kabatti. If a client validate chestunnappudu, what I am telling here, that point is here, during client validating the what is that developed and tested software, okay, within the company premises lone kada. Within the company premises, what happens now? If any defects ani cheppandi, if any defects are found by the client, appudu ela jarugutundi? It is handled by developers and also testers immediately. అది హ్యాండిల్ ఎలా చేస్తున్నారు? దే ఆర్ హ్యాండ్లింగ్ ఇట్ బై ఫాలోయింగ్. ఎలా హ్యాండిల్ చేస్తున్నారంటే డెవలపర్స్, టెస్టర్స్ బై ఫాలోయింగ్ వైట్ బాక్స్ డిజైన్ టెక్నిక్స్. ఓకే, వైట్ బాక్స్ డిజైన్ టెక్నిక్స్ అండ్ బ్లాక్ బాక్స్ డిజైన్ టెక్నిక్స్ అన్నమాట. సో ఈ టెక్నిక్స్ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాము. అర్థమవుతుందామా మేడం? వైట్ బాక్స్ డిజైన్ టెక్నిక్స్ ఐ ఆల్రెడీ టోల్డ్ what at the time of a white box testing. So refer back, it is there. White box testing. Yes ma, please 1 minute ma. So see here, this is what ma, during unit testing, if any mistakes are found, okay na ma, they are used to follow some techniques here to check whether each module is working properly or not. They are following white box testing technique. What are those? Condition coverage, loops coverage, path coverage, ante what all the conditions, loops, okay, navigations, okay na, avanni vallu check cheskuntaru step by step. Okay, the coding part they will check. Okay, so that is called white box design techniques. And black box design techniques ఉన్నాయమా? ఇలా ఉండదు. కండిషన్స్ కవరేజ్, పాత్ కవరేజ్ అలా ఉండదు. ఓకేనా? we'll see that. Still we didn't enter into the the testing, how to conduct the testing. We'll see at the time of a STLC.
ఆల్ఫా టెస్టింగ్ మొత్తం అయ్యాక టెస్ట్ చేస్తారా ప్రిమిసెస్ కి వచ్చి, లేదంటే పార్ట్ మాడ్యూల్స్ అయ్యాక టెస్ట్ చేస్తారా?
ఏదిమా?
ఆల్ఫా
టెస్టింగ్ ఎంటైర్ కోడింగ్ కంప్లీట్ అయిపోవాలి. ఓకేనమ్మా? అండ్ యూనిట్ అండ్ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ టెస్టింగ్ కంప్లీట్ అయిపోవాలి. ఆఫ్టర్ దట్ టెస్టర్స్ ఫంక్షనాలిటీస్ కంప్లీట్ అయిపోవాలి, నాన్ ఫంక్షనాలిటీస్ కూడా కంప్లీట్ అయిపోవాలి. పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ టెస్టింగ్ కూడా కంప్లీట్ అయిపోవాలి. ఆఫ్టర్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఇస్ కంప్లీటెడ్, ద క్లయింట్ విల్ వ్యాలిడేట్. క్లయింట్ విత్ ఇన్ ద కంపెనీ ప్రెమిసెస్, ఓకేనమ్మా, he will check it how it is working. If he says okay at the time of his checking, if he says it is working properly, okay ante kanaka, then we will release it. Before release, these things are happening: alpha testing and beta testing. Okay, alpha testing వచ్చి క్లయింట్ వ్యాలిడేట్ చేస్తున్నారు, బీటా టెస్టింగ్ వచ్చి డైరెక్ట్లీ డెవలప్ చేసిన వెంటనే రిలీజ్ చేసేయడం, టెస్ట్ చేయకుండా. దెన్ హూ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు టెస్ట్ దట్ అప్లికేషన్ అంటే బీటా టెస్టింగ్ లో ఎండ్ యూజర్స్ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు. ఓకేనమ్మా? సో దట్ ఈస్ ద బీటా టెస్టింగ్. ఎస్ ప్లీజ్, అండర్స్టూడ్ మా? Any doubt ma? Yes ma. So that is the main difference. End users are going to validate beta testing. Okay, client is used to validate the alpha testing. Okay, client validate cheste alpha testing antaru, end users validate cheste beta testing ani antama. Okay, now, so see here, inside, since the alpha testing is conducted within the company premises, na, if any mistakes are found, ante any defects found cheste kanaka, appudu immediately developers, testers involve ayi, okay, nama, by using the techniques, they are going to solve it ani, they are using to control it ani immediately. ఓకే నమ్మా, సో దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్, అందుకే ఈ టెక్నిక్స్ యూజ్ చేస్తారు ఆల్ఫా టెస్టింగ్ లో అని మెన్షన్ చేసాం. థర్డ్ పాయింట్. ఓకేనా, ఇక్కడ బీటా టెస్టింగ్ లో ఏంటంటేమా, బీటా టెస్టింగ్ అంటే కనుక ఏంటి, ఆఫ్టర్ ద రిలీజ్ నమ్మా ఇక్కడ. సో హియర్ బ్లాక్ బాక్స్ టెస్టింగ్ టెక్నిక్స్ ఇన్వాల్వ్ అవుతాయి, నాట్ వైట్ బాక్స్ టెస్టింగ్. వై? బికాస్ ఆఫ్టర్ రిలీజ్ కదమ్మా ఇక్కడ యూజర్ అనేది వ్యాలిడేట్ చేస్తారు. దెన్ హూ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు ఇన్వాల్వ్ ఫస్ట్ హియర్ మీన్స్ ద టెస్టర్. Okay, so that's why it uses only the black box testing techniques to test it. Okay, to control it. Now please, the fourth point, build released for alpha testing. Alpha testing కు రిలీజ్ చేసిన బిల్డ్ ని ఏమంటామంటే ఆల్ఫా రిలీజ్ అని అంటున్నాము. ఓకే, బిల్డ్ రిలీజ్డ్ ఫర్ బీటా టెస్టింగ్ అంటే బీటా రిలీజ్ అని అంటాం. ఓకే, ఆల్ఫా రిలీజ్, బీటా రిలీజ్. Okay, now system testing is performed before alpha testing. అవునా కాదమ్మా? సో ఫస్ట్ ఆల్ఫా టెస్టింగ్ రావాలి అంటే డెవలప్మెంట్ అయ్యి ఉండాలి, టెస్టింగ్ కూడా ఉండాలి, అంటే టెస్టింగ్ కూడా కంప్లీట్ అయ్యి ఉండాలి. అంటే వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ మీనింగ్? ఎంటైర్ సిస్టమ్ టెస్టింగ్ హ్యావ్ టు బి కంప్లీటెడ్ అని మీనింగ్. అంటే ఫంక్షనాలిటీస్, నాన్ ఫంక్షనాలిటీ టెస్టింగ్స్ కంప్లీట్ అయ్యి ఉండాలి అని. ఓకేనమ్మా. నా బీటా టెస్టింగ్ ఏంటిమా? ఆల్ఫా టెస్టింగ్ అయిన తర్వాత బీటా టెస్టింగ్ అనేది అవుతుంది. కానీ డైరెక్ట్లీ మా ఇక్కడ రిలీజ్ చేస్తున్నాము, వెయిట్ చెయ్యట్లేదు. ఆల్ఫా టెస్ట్ అంటే క్లయింట్ వ్యాలిడేషన్ చేయాలని చెప్పి లేదు, ఇట్ ఈస్ రిలీజ్, దే ఆర్ రిలీజింగ్. ఓకే, నౌ ఆల్ఫా టెస్టింగ్ టైంలో ఏమైనా డిఫెక్ట్స్ వస్తే కనుక హౌ దే ఆర్ ప్రొసీడింగ్ మీన్స్, సిన్స్ ఇట్ ఈస్ కండక్టెడ్ విత్ ఇన్ ద కంపెనీ ప్రిమిసెస్, దే ఆర్ లాగింగ్ ఇన్ టు టూల్స్. ఆ డిఫెక్ట్స్ ని ట్రాక్ చేయడానికి ఫర్ ఫర్దర్ ఇన్ ఫ్యూచర్ దే ఆర్ యూజింగ్ సమ్ టూల్స్ అన్నమాట విత్ ఇన్ ద కంపెనీ ప్రిమిసెస్ బై ద డెవలపర్స్ అండ్ ద టెస్టర్స్. Okay, now whereas beta testing, okay, who is going to validate beta testing? End users kadama use చేస్తున్నప్పుడు, అప్పుడు ఏమైనా డిఫెక్ట్స్ కనుక వస్తే కనుక ఎలా హ్యాండిల్ చేస్తున్నారు? Issues or bugs are collected from real users in the form of what ma suggestions, feedbacks. Okay, so at the time of end user using, if any defects are found at that time, how the company people are going to know means, how the client also going to know means by giving their feedbacks, by giving their suggestions, reviews. Okay, they will analyze those reviews given by the end users and they will change those functionalities accordingly, and again they will release with the different versions into the market. Okay, so that is the process of beta testing. ఆల్ఫా టెస్టింగ్ వచ్చి రిలీజ్ చేసే ముందే కరెక్ట్ గా ఉందా లేదా అని చెక్ చేసుకొని పంపిస్తాం. ఓకేనమ్మా. నౌ ఆల్ఫా టెస్టింగ్ ఈస్ యూస్డ్ టు ఎవాల్యుయేట్ ద క్వాలిటీ ఆఫ్ ది ప్రోడక్ట్, రైట్? వీఆర్ చెకింగ్ ద క్వాలిటీ థరోలీ హియర్ అండ్ దెన్ ఓన్లీ వీఆర్ రిలీజింగ్. Okay, beta testing is used to validate customer satisfaction. They are going to, who is going to test here? Customer here. Now it focus on finding the bugs. Alpha testing focus on finding the bugs, whereas beta testing loma it focus on collecting the reviews, collecting the suggestions from the end users. Okay, so based on that suggestions, feedbacks, they are going to do the improvements. Okay, so these are the differences between alpha and beta. Okay ma, so see, refer once. Okay, if you have any doubts, tell me. Alpha testing, beta testing. What is user acceptance testing means? After the development and testing, the client used to validate the developed and tested applications of Wesser to check whether it is working as per his requirements or not, or as per the real-time requirement or not. Okay, that is called user acceptance testing. Acceptance testing means the client should accept or give approval. Okay, only when he will give, when it is working properly, then only he will give the acceptance. This is what my alpha and beta. Alpha within the company premises, beta after development directly release. Okay, it is conducted by end users. That's why definition of beta testing also, beta testing is done by users or customers in real time environment. Okay ma'am, so this is what Yes, ma. Any doubt in this? User acceptance testing. So these are the differences also. Please see here. If you have any doubt, see. Yes, ma. Yes, ma. Any doubt? Anand, Akshay, Narsimavanam. Any doubt in alpha testing, beta testing? Supriya, Surekha? No? Okay, ma. Can we proceed, ma? The last one, ma, to complete that black diagram is there, na? To complete this black diagram, one. Yes, ma. This one is there. What is that? White box testing we have completed successfully. Black box testing we have completed successfully. Now gray box testing. Gray box testing means it is a combination of both. It contains both the features, white box testing features and the black box testing features. So that's why in the diagram also we have taken it from these two. Okay. So why it is taken like this means gray box testing means the testers, gray box testers should have the internal technical skills also, not like a developer. Okay, developing skills kuda undali, but not like a completely developer. Okay, so how much is requirement for as a testing level? That much is required for the tester. Okay, not like a developer. So what is a gray box testing means? A tester, see here, a tester should have limited knowledge on internal design of the application. The tester should have the knowledge on what HTML, JavaScript. In some interviews, they are asking, do you know JavaScript? Why? Because they are asking to have the coding skills also in tester. Yes, ma. Why? Because some applications are purely developed by using JavaScript. Some applications are purely developed by using JavaScript. So that's why at that point of time, JavaScript testers are required. Do you know? We need, they are saying in a recent interview also for one girl, 3 years of experience she kept. Okay. They asked that completely should have the knowledge on JavaScript. They asked. Their requirement is like that. Means what is that meaning here? As a tester point of level, we should also have the coding skills, the basic coding skills. Okay, not like entire developers what they are developing like. Okay, so limited knowledge, అందుకే ఇక్కడ స్పెసిఫిక్ గా మెన్షన్ చేశారు, limited knowledge of internal details of the design than the test application is called gray box testing. See here, gray box testing means, see here, the boxes are combined here. See, black box testers ki aim is the black box testers required any coding skills? No, zero knowledge on the coding skills, not at all required for a black box tester. Whereas a white box tester and ever developers, black box testers and testers. White box testing and ever chestaru developers. Developers should and must have the entire the coding skills. Internal details have to be known completely here. Okay, and the coding skills undali complete ga. Whereas gray box testers ki chudandi, partial means in detail avasram ledu. As a testing level, that coding skills is required. That's it. That is called as gray box testing. Automation testing enti madi? In automation testing, the automation testers should have the skills about the code Java basics and the code JavaScript basics. So that's why the testers are called as the automation testers. Thus, both the testing skills he is having and also the coding skills he is having, but completely not like a developer. Part of the internal knowledge he is knowing. That is called as a gray box testing. Okay, so this technique includes, okay, combination of, includes the features of both the black box testing and white box testing. Part of a white box testing. Okay, so see here, for example, I have taken here. Isma, for example, I have taken here. See, because of this, what is that my example I have taken here? See, while testing a website, if any click functionality is not worked at that time, if a tester have the knowledge of the coding skills, he can able to fix that problem immediately. Instead of handovering to the developer fix చేసి మనకు అసైన్ చేసి మళ్ళీ మనము టెస్ట్ చేసి రిలీజ్ చేసే వరకు టైం, ఇట్ ఈస్ టేకింగ్ సమ్ వాట్ టైం, రైట్? So that's why if the tester is only having the skills to fix those small coding defects, he can able to fix it. Okay, before fixing it, we need to take the lead. We have to intimate to the lead. And then if the lead says, yes, we can proceed with that means, then we can do that and we can fix it. No problem in that. Okay. So example, I have taken like this, and real time also we'll be performing, and we will be intimating to the developer also, please. Developer to kuda communicate avvali. Direct ga manam ఏ పని చెయ్యలేము within the industry. Okay, we have to be communicate with the developer and also to the lead who are going to lead the project, so that we can proceed or not. If they say yes, we can. Okay, so that's what I have taken one example, ma. See here, mano. While testing a website, if the tester clicks on any link and it is coming up with an error ante oka defect ochindi, then as a gray box tester, what we can do here, we can able to change the HTML code or JavaScript code to check the same. It will work properly or not. That is the purpose. In this scenario, in this example, as a white box testing duty, we will only handle. Okay, now maname handle chesam. Ever duty, white box testers యొక్క duty మనమే ఇక్కడ హ్యాండిల్ చేస్తాం by changing the code, internal code. Okay, and as a black box tester, see here, as a black box tester, and after doing the changes, we are again testing that. Ante both the features we are conducting here, black box tester duty and also the white box tester duty. So that's why it is a combination of both the features, white box and black box. That is called a gray box tester's duty. If the tester is having the coding skills, then instead of assigning it to the developer, you can only proceed with the changes. Okay, after getting the confirmations from the developers and the leads. Okay, now see here. What is the purpose of gray box testers means? Yes, ma. To get the developers enough free time to fix the big bugs, the developers can focus on main prioritized defects. Important defects, those are acting like a blockers, those are acting like a major defects, they can focus on those defects. Inka chinna chinna vaatiki maname fix chesettatlu unte ganaka we can release it faster. Okay, we can make the developers okay na to to fix those major defects. Okay, so that is the purpose of a gray box tester. That's it. So the purpose to have the application tested from the user's perspective rather than the designer's opinion, and to get the developers enough free time to fix the bugs. That is the purpose of gray box tester. That's it. So that we can have a quality of the product. Okay, so that is called gray box testing. Improves the quality. Why? Because we are testing and also we are doing some coding. Since we have the coding skills, we are maintaining both here. So that's why we are maintaining the quality here. Okay, do not require the tester to have the complete knowledge of the coding. It obtains both benefits of a white box and black box. So this is called gray box testing. Okay, what is the duty of automation? The same thing now we are doing. Okay, we are able to what all the test cases written by manual testers, we are able to convert into the code form, and we are automating the scripts here for easiness purpose. Okay, so instead of that, if you have the knowledge on internal design of the code, then it is making the quality more here. That is the purpose of gray box testing. It is not compulsory that madam manaku coding skills undala. For manual testers, it is not at all necessary. Okay, if you want to play the role as a gray box tester, then what it is saying here, then we should have the JavaScript knowledge at least. Okay, HTML, CSS, JavaScript knowledge. My HTML, CSS kuda kaadu. Where is the phone? Yes, ma. So this is what ma gray box testing. Yes, please. In this, do you have any doubts, ma? Can you please tell me if you have any doubts? So that's why at the last box, ma, we have the difference between black box, white box, gray box. Black box tester, Yes, ma. Black box testing. Testers do not need to have any internal knowledge of the coding part. Okay, white box testing, internal knowledge should and must have to be known completely. That is white box. Internal knowledge need to be known partially. That is gray box. Okay, black box is also called as functional testing kadama. And data driven testing అని కూడా అంటారు. ఎందుకు ఈ పేరు పెట్టారు అంటే డేటా డ్రివెన్ అంటే ఏంటిమా? ఇక్కడ బ్లాక్ బాక్స్ టెస్టింగ్ ఎవరి డ్యూటీ? టెస్టర్స్ డ్యూటీ. హియర్ టెస్టింగ్ ఎలా జరుగుతుంది? By passing different values into one functionality. Checking a functionality with the different sets of data is called data driven testing ani antamu. Okay na ma? So that's why it is called as data driven testing, functionality testing, and it is a closed box testing. Within that functionality we need to check with a different combination of values. We are not going outside of that functionality. Closed. Okay ma? So that's why it is known as closed box, functionality wise, and data driven testing. Okay, in one interview he asked what is data driven testing please. So note down this. Data driven testing means checking a functionality with the different sets of values. Another question, what is data driven testing? Okay, what is the data driven testing? Checking a functionality, ఒక functionality నే with different sets of data, different combination of values అని. ఎలా మేడం different combination of values? ఈజీ నేమా. ఒకసారి మాన్యువల్ టెస్టింగ్ మీరు ఒకసారి వింటే చాలు హౌ టు టెస్ట్ అనేది. ఓకేనా? ఇట్ ఈస్ మోర్ ఈజీ, నో నీడ్ టు గెట్ టెన్షన్. ప్రాక్టికలీ వైజ్ మోర్ ఈజీ. ఓకే, సో నౌ థియరీనే కొంచెం ఎక్కువ ఇక్కడ. Okay, na practical wise you will say that madam I will do it madam, I can madam. Okay na? So that's what my here. What is the data driven testing means? Checking a functionality with the different sets of data is called as data driven testing. Okay ma? Now white box testing is called as a code based testing kadama, structural testing, right? Glass or clear box testing ani antaru. Gray box testing ki ma transparent ani, gray box ani antaru ma. Okay, now black box testing done by developers and whom? Testers, and also the end users of these. Okay, so included everyone. Developers enduku madam ante integration testing vastundi kadama. Okay, and testers endukante completely done by testers only. And after release who is going to validate? End users kadama. End users చేతిలోకి వస్తుంది కాబట్టి సో అందుకే ముగ్గురు ఇక్కడ బ్లాక్ బాక్స్ టెస్టింగ్ లో. బట్ 100% టెస్టర్స్ వర్క్. వైట్ బాక్స్ టెస్టింగ్ ఓన్లీ డెవలపర్స్ మా. కోడింగ్ ఎవరు చేస్తారు? ఓన్లీ డెవలపర్స్. గ్రే బాక్స్ మా డెవలపర్స్, టెస్టర్స్ అండ్ ఎండ్ యూజర్స్. గ్రే బాక్స్ కూడా. ఎస్ మా, ఎస్ ద సేమ్ పాయింట్ రిపీటెడ్. అండ్ హియర్ ద లాస్ట్ పాయింట్ డిఫరెన్స్ ఏంటంటే మా హిడెన్ ఎర్రర్స్ కెనాట్ బి ఫౌండ్ ఈజీలీ. వై? బికాస్ వీ డోంట్ నో ద కోడింగ్ పార్ట్. బ్లాక్ బాక్స్ టెస్టర్స్ కి కోడింగ్ పార్ట్ వచ్చా? నో. హిడెన్ ఎర్రర్స్ ఏమైనా ఉంటే ఐడెంటిఫై చేయడం డిఫికల్ట్ ఫర్ ద testers. Cannot be found very easily here. Okay na ma? At that time we need to communicate directly with the developer. Okay, so that is the thing here. And then ma white box testing ki coding rasere developers, they can identify the hidden errors very easily. Why? Because the coding is handled by the developer only. Okay, now gray box testers ki if the tester is having that much of skills then he can able to handle it easily. Otherwise no chance for gray box testers also. Not easily found, అందుకే ఇక్కడ మెన్షన్ చేశాను. Not easily found but can be found.
Black box testing also do both developers and testers.
అవును కదమ్మా. ఏదిమా బ్లాక్ బాక్స్ టెస్టర్సా? బ్లాక్ బాక్స్ టెస్టింగ్, బ్లాక్ బాక్స్ టెస్టింగ్ లో మా ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ టెస్టింగ్ ఉంది కదమ్మా. అక్కడ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ టెస్టింగ్ అంటే అక్కడ దే ఆర్ డూయింగ్ ద టెస్టింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ దేర్ సైడ్, రైట్? వెరిఫై చేసుకుంటున్నారు కదా ఒకసారి. సో దట్స్ వై ఎంటైర్లీ కాదు, డెవలపర్స్ ఆల్సో పార్షియలీ ఇన్వాల్వింగ్. ఓకే, సో దట్స్ ద థింగ్ హియర్. బట్ whereas white box only the developers, they are verifying, right? What all the code they have written, they are verifying once na. So that's why part of the developers also will get involved here. Yes ma. So this is, yes ma, refer these differences. If you have any doubts, tell me ma.
Black box's developers will come as partially, ma'am, or in
Yes.
gray box.
No, డెవలపర్స్ గురించి చెప్తున్నాను. బ్లాక్ బాక్స్ టెస్టింగ్ లో డెవలపర్స్ ఆల్సో విల్ వెరిఫై నా ఆఫ్టర్ రైటింగ్ దర్ కోడింగ్ పార్ట్ వాట్ ఆల్ ద కోడ్ దే హ్యావ్ రిటర్న్ కరెక్ట్ ఆర్ నాట్ అని చెప్పి వెరిఫై చేస్తారు కదమ్మా. సో దట్స్ వాట్ ఐ హావ్ ఇంక్లూడెడ్ హియర్. అండ్ వేర్ యాజ్ గ్రే బాక్స్ టెస్టింగ్ కూడా గ్రే బాక్స్ టెస్టర్స్ లో కూడా ఓకే విల్ బి పర్ఫార్మింగ్ డెవలపర్స్ ఇన్వాల్వ్మెంట్ ఉంటుంది కదమ్మా. Okay, so in all the testing types, developers also verifying from their part. Okay, but 100% whose involvement is more in black box testing means testers only. Main testers say black box testing, gray box testing. A part of the role is also doing by the developer because they are also verifying their logics correct or not. That's the meaning here. Whereas white box testing, no testers will involve in coding part. Only the developers. No end users also will involve. Only the developers. Okay. So that's the thing. Developers partially and mention cheyinama. Yes, developers partially will get involved. Okay, why? Because at the time of static testing, who is conducting the static testing? Not only the developers, testers also will have to review the test cases, right? So that's why developers partially they verify their code part correct or not once and then hand over to the testing team. Okay, if there is no time they won't do at all. They won't verify also. Directly hand over to the testing team. If there is no sufficient time, what happens? After writing immediately the code part for those functionalities, they will hand over to the testing team. Okay. Yes. So this is what my difference between black box, white box and gray box. The same thing ma here. I have written another thing here. Okay, the same thing ma. Black box ki, white box ki. Okay. Yes ma. Refer once. If you have any doubt, please tell me ma. This is what up to our entire dynamic testing. Entire dynamic testing ma. White box, black box, gray box. Yes. So move to this black diagram ma. This is a black diagram please. Yes please. See here ma. What happens here in static testing ma? Software testing methods how many ma? Static testing, dynamic testing. What is the static testing ma? Verifying. Okay. Verifying the code part. What all the developed is correct or not is called verification or static testing, right? Yes. This static testing is carried out by reviews and walkthroughs. Reviewing means examining your project related work is called what ma? Review. Review can be done in different ways. Management review, technical review, code review. Mainly formal, informal. Okay, management technical code review will comes under formal review. Okay, walkthrough, irrespective of any observations, irrespective of without following anything. Okay, directly conducting the review means it will lead to the failure only. So that type of review should not be done. That comes under walkthrough. That is walkthrough is a type of informal review. Okay, now come to the dynamic testing. Dynamic testing is conducted by testers. Okay, what is that meaning here? Entirely after the development. Okay, what we are doing by here? Validating the developed software is called dynamic testing. Dynamic testing is carried out by white box, black box, gray box. White box testing. White box testing means developers are checking their functionalities, what they have coded is correct or not. They are verifying once. How they are verifying? By doing unit testing, integration testing. Okay nama. So unit testing means they are checking module by module. ఒక్కొక్క మాడ్యూల్ చెక్ చేసుకుంటే వస్తున్నారు. ఏం చెక్ చేస్తున్నారు? ఫంక్షనాలిటీస్ కోడ్ చేసిన ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ అన్ని కరెక్టా కాదా అని చెక్ చేసుకుంటే రావడం. వన్ బై వన్. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యూనిట్ టెస్టింగ్. చెకింగ్ ద ఫంక్షనాలిటీస్ ఆఫ్ ద మాడ్యూల్స్ వన్ బై వన్. Okay, that is called unit testing. Unit testing will be completely done by developers only. Integration testing. Who is performing the integration testing? Developers. Okay, not only developers, testers also will do integration testing. Okay, don't forget that. Integration testing both will do. Okay, developers and testers. Integration ante enti? Once the unit testing is completed na, ఇక్కడ సింగిల్ మాడ్యూల్ వైజ్ ఇక్కడ చెక్ చేసుకుంటూ రావడం. ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ టెస్టింగ్ ఏం చేస్తారంటే ఆ మాడ్యూల్స్ అన్నిటిని 1 by 1 కంబైన్ చేసి దే విల్ చెక్ ద ఇంటరాక్షన్ బిట్వీన్ ద మాడ్యూల్స్, ద ఫ్లో బిట్వీన్ ద మాడ్యూల్స్, అంటే ప్రాపర్ నావిగేషన్స్ ఉన్నాయా లేదా అని చెక్ చేయడాన్ని ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ టెస్టింగ్ అని అంటాం. ఫస్ట్ కంబైన్ చేస్తారు మాడ్యూల్స్ ని, టూ మాడ్యూల్స్ ని కంబైన్ చేసి వాట్ దే ఆర్ చెకింగ్ మీన్స్ ద ఫ్లో దే ఆర్ చెకింగ్. ఓకే, yes, that is called integration testing. Developers will perform integration testing and also testers will perform integration testing. Yes, right? Yes, ma'am. Any doubt here? Then coming to black box testing, ma'am. Who will do black box testing? Entirely testers. Okay. So system testing, user acceptance testing. Okay. So in that, here in what is it, ma'am? System testing is what, ma'am? Both functionalities, non-functionalities. User acceptance testing, the client is validating here after the testing. Okay, alpha testing, beta testing comes under user acceptance testing. After that, gray box testing. Gray box testing, it is a combination of both white box and black box. Means the tester should have the coding skills, not like a developer completely part of the knowledge. Okay, so this is what mana black box, what our the entire software testing methods and levels topic. Any doubt in this, ma'am? Yes, please. Yes, ma'am. Still any doubts, ma'am? Please check and tell me, ma'am. In this diagram only, I'll keep this diagram only. Do you have any doubts in this?